What up, YouTube? Knives and Gear Insights with another short unboxing first impression video of a knife that has been out since a while. But it's new to me, and I saw it on Amazon. Actually, for the first time, it popped in my feed on Amazon for some reason. And it looked interesting, so I figured, yeah, why not pick it up? It was only $44. So, you guys also might be wondering why my color changed here of the background here. I'm trying to see how colors work, how the recording is, if the recording is better with the brown in the background or if it's the blue or whatever. I will see, because it's a new year. I want to get better videos out there to you guys. So let's see. So like I said, it's from Revo Knives. It's called the Ness, and it's a, I guess, Nesbit knife or Nesbit style knife, which I never heard of before. But yeah, there's pretty much nothing in there. It's plain box, really cheap box, plastic cover, and then the knife. So let's look at the knife. So you can see it's got a blue micarta handles, which they look actually really decent. They're very thin though. So you can see you got your steel liners and the micarta handles. They're pretty much identical thickness than like the steel liners. So it's a pretty basic knife. You got your steel pocket clip. It's reversible, as you can see. So you have basically the opportunity for like lefties like me. You can switch it out, which I usually don't. I'm a weird lefty. Okay. You got a captive pivot. You got a flipper tab, and that's pretty much it. And you got your steel frame lock or liner lock. Yeah, and that's it. So let's do some size comparisons real quick between the goodies here that I have. So let's look at against the Drift LCT from Quiet Carry, then the Revo Knives Equivoc. So you can see they are very similar in size. The Drift is a little bit smaller. The Equivoc and the Revo Knives Ness are pretty similar, even though the Ness is slightly taller due to the way the blade is. So, and then, well, let's go with the Revo Knives Cibibi Placoid, and the what is it called? Sencut Frontera. So you can see here they're both larger, of course, especially the Frontera is much larger. But they're not too much different in the height actually. So the Placoid is a more slimmer design. The Frontera is a more taller design. So, and let's do it last but not least against the Beluga from Petrified Fish, and then the where is it at? Oh, here it is. And the Little Lander 1. So you can see it's pretty close to the Beluga, even though it's taller, but it's a little bit slimmer than the Beluga. Let's look at the thickness. So you can see it is slightly slimmer than the Beluga, not by much, just a little bit. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. So then let's look at the blade. So you got, like I said, you got a single deployment method, which is the flipper. You have no chimping on the flipper. So that, like I said, this is a very, very basic knife. Those are micarta handles in blue. They are rough, but you got this grippy profile here, those little cutouts, which makes it feel good. You got slight beveling here around the edges. You got a nice little bevel inside here too for where you put your index finger, like when you hold it. But you got a pretty set back flipper tab. So let's look at the blade, how it is. Well, action is pretty decent. So you can see here the blade. is you don't have much markings on this knife, which is nice. You got the little logo for Revo Knives, the R, and then you got the blade steel 14C28N, and that's pretty much it. You don't have any other brandings other than the R on the pocket clip here. And yeah, it's the liner lock is pretty accessible. Oh damn, that surprised me. The action out of the box drop shot. That's pretty nice actually. That's very unusual for a around $40 knife a lot of times. So, but yeah, overall, the I mean, you have no way of like a forward choil. Don't have that. You have no chimping on the blade, but the way this handle feels, it feels very comfortable. It is actually, like I said, I mean, for me as lefty right now, I'm not sure about a right hand, but for me as lefty, the way it is, it's very comfortable. I feel like you can really cut. You have your like very easy to cut into the like if you want to do some pull cuts or whatever. It seems to be easy with that blade shape. The whole handle shape, when you look at it, it is very uh nice to hold. Actually, I'm surprised for a $40 knife. I can't so far. I can't really say anything negative about this knife other than using what is it called? T6 screws for the handle and for the pocket clip. This is a T8. I can check it, but I believe I can see the difference. So, but yeah, it seems to be a pretty decent knife overall for $44. Yeah, I mean the competition in that price range is quite large. But yeah, let's go and get the measurements real quick of this knife. So you got a overall length of eight and an eighth. You got a blade length of let's see, go in the middle here. A little, yeah, right around 3.5. A little bit shorter than 3.5. And you got a cutting edge of 3 and what is that? 3 3/8. So yeah, pretty decent size knife. Good to hold. Like I said, no forward choil, but that's okay. You have a really secure grip in that knife. It's a thinner, slimmer handle than usual, or than what I'm used to a lot of times. Let's do some size comparisons while it's open. Let's get the Drift LCT, and then where is it at? The We Knives Equivoc. So you can see the Equivoc is just a hair longer. The Drift is just a hair shorter. So it's right in the middle of the size. Blade is very similar in size, almost similar in size to the Drift actually. Um, let's do another comparison here. Let's get the Frontera and the Placoid. So you can see they are definitely much larger. But the blade shape is, even though it's much smaller, the blade shape is pretty similar to this, like a kind of similar at least. And then let's do the Beluga and the little lander. So yeah, you can see it's a decent sized knife. It's around 8 inch, a little bit longer than 8 inches open, which is makes it a full size knife. So yeah, and the action is, for it being a $44 knife, is incredible. I haven't touched this knife at all. I haven't adjusted anything. Like I said, I just took it out of the box right now because it just came in today, actually. But yeah, overall, it's a straightforward knife. It doesn't have any fanciness to it. It doesn't have special materials. It's cheap. It's steel liner, steel liner lock, 14C28 blade, steel pocket clip. You got your lanyard holes here in the steel liner, basically. And you got one single deployment method, which is the flip it tab, and that's pretty much it. And you got a straightforward knife that is really comfortable, that you can daily carry, that you can take with you. Don't you have to worry about? So you don't have to worry about, like wasting a $400 knife out there in the field or whatever, depending on what you do with it. And 14C28 is a good steel, easy to sharpen, easy to keep an edge. Overall, I would definitely say it's a recommendable knife. I mean, like I said, I will do a full review on this. I'm gonna try and catch up with reviews this year. It's gonna be a little. I'm a little behind. I'm a lot behind actually. But yeah, this is just the first impression here. But just the first impression, I would definitely say this is a decent knife. It's a recommendable knife. And I'll give it a thumbs up. And if you guys like my content, like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment or whatever. And then I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.